Even the brightest smiles can hide a lifetime of secrets. And sometimes, a single glance on live television can reveal everything. Even a brief silence or a softly spoken word can expose it all. Imagine someone whose morning laughter you recognize and cherish suddenly offering a deeply personal and vulnerable confession that brings tears to your eyes. In an instant, Kelly Ripa's husband, Mark Consuelos, was left visibly shaken when she shared her deepest, most guarded secret on national television. Millions were stunned. With hearts pounding, viewers leaned in, eager to understand the truth she had carried for so long, and the love, pain, or redemption that may have driven her to speak. In this video, we take you through that unforgettable broadcast, the build-up, the revelation, and the emotional aftermath. Kelly and Mark's hearts are laid bare as we peek behind the microphone. How does a public figure become truly exposed? That's the question we'll explore. And when the people we admire fall apart, how do we find strength alongside them? The final words Kelly spoke that day changed everything. So stay with us until the very end. Let's begin. Looking back at Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' partnership helps us understand the weight of that moment and why it shook us all. Their chemistry, both on and off screen, was undeniable when they first met in 1995 on the set of All My Children. Over the years, their marriage blossomed into a rare Hollywood success story, authentic, grounded, loving, and not without its struggles. Together, they built a life, 3 children, demanding careers, big milestones, and quiet moments in between. Their frequent appearances on television, in interviews, and across social media made audiences feel as though they truly knew them. Kelly laughs at Mark's jokes. She leans in, and he supports her without hesitation. For many, their dynamic represents the ideal of long-term partnership. Because of this sense of familiarity, the crack in that polished surface felt deeply personal. We were caught off guard by it. Yet beneath that radiant exterior were unheard stories, unspoken scars, and buried anxieties waiting to be voiced. Live television creates tension. Anything can happen without warning. Subtle shifts, hesitation, glances off camera, unusual pauses in Kelly's usual rhythm were noticed by attentive viewers in the days leading up to the reveal. Producers reportedly exercised extra caution behind the scenes. Segments that normally flowed felt slightly forced. Kelly's playful banter seemed lighter, yet her eyes carried a quiet heaviness. Some scheduled interviews that week were quietly canceled or postponed. In public appearances, Mark appeared less present than usual. These were small but noticeable changes, longer silences, unexpected breaks. For a couple so closely observed, these disruptions stood out. It felt like something was coming. Still, no one could have imagined just how intimate it would become. The moment she spoke, everything shifted. The studio fell silent, thick with anticipation. Cameras rolled. The show began as usual, with Kelly greeting the audience, her smile bright, her eyes sparkling. But beneath that surface, there was a tremble. After a few segments, she asked for a pause. Her voice cracked, then steadied, and finally, she released a secret she had kept locked away for years, something she had never shared publicly before. It was a confession rooted deep within her soul. Grief, regret, pain, or perhaps something even more personal. Beside her, Mark sat frozen, eyes wide as the lights dimmed and the atmosphere grew heavy. The audience held its breath, and many broke down in tears as Kelly finished, or nearly finished, her admission. Millions watched as Mark cried, not only for his wife's pain, but for the raw truth of their shared life. Television ceased to be entertainment. It became real. So what did Kelly actually reveal? She spoke of a lingering fear she had carried since her younger years, possibly even from childhood. She opened up about moments of shame, guilt, and sadness she had never intended to revisit publicly. a deeply personal confession, perhaps a miscarriage, a period of deep uncertainty, or an emotional wound that had haunted her for years. She explained how she had buried it, questioned her own worthiness of healing, and allowed it to shape her identity and relationships. By bringing that secret into the light, she seemed to release its hold. Naming it aloud, to Mark and to the audience, was a powerful reminder that even those who appear strong and confident can struggle silently. Her words, fragile yet brave, sent shockwaves far beyond.
Mark's tears were unmistakably real. In that moment, his pain became ours. Imagine sitting beside the person you love most and hearing a confession you never knew existed. As Kelly Ripa shared her truth live on air, her husband, actor Mark Consuelos, was visibly overwhelmed, leaving viewers in awe. The revelation rippled across social media, and even Mark couldn't hold back his emotions. The moment unfolded on Live with Kelly and Mark, the show they co-host together. Known for their easy chemistry and playful humor, the pair had always charmed audiences, but this day was different. The usually upbeat atmosphere shifted instantly as Kelly's announcement took everyone by surprise, including Mark. What began as a light-hearted conversation about life outside of work took an unexpected turn. Kelly's demeanor changed as she disclosed something she had concealed for years. Mark, who moments earlier had been teasing her, fell silent. As Kelly spoke, Mark began to cry. The playful energy faded, replaced by raw honesty. The studio could feel the weight of it. Instead of jokes, there was truth. Instead of banter, there was connection. Kelly, known for her sharp wit and fiery personality, revealed a side of herself audiences had never seen before. While the exact details of her confession remained private, it was clear this was not something small. It was a story that shaped who she became, and one she had hidden to protect herself and others from the pain. Mark's tears spoke volumes. It was a reminder that even the most admired figures carry unseen burdens. His reaction wasn't just that of a husband, it was an expression of deep understanding and unconditional support. Together, in that vulnerable space, they showed what true partnership looks like. Afterward, the couple took a moment to regain their composure before continuing the show. But the impact didn't end when the camera stopped rolling. Fans flooded social media with messages of love and support. Kelly was praised for her courage, and Mark for his compassion and unwavering presence. The moment sparked a broader conversation about vulnerability, fame, and the emotional cost of living in the public eye. It reminded us that even celebrities need space to be human, and that support from loved ones can make all the difference. This on-air revelation will be remembered in Live with Kelly and Mark history, not just for the tears or the confession, but for the honesty, bravery, and love on display. It was more than a television moment. It was a testament to connection, transparency, and the strength found in sharing the truth, even under the brightest lights.